Hey everyone, back tuning in to, this afternoon's video. I'm very late with today's video update. We're going to have a look just at the next 8 to 10 days and then extend out to the end of October with the beige glance. There's loads of high pressure coming up, and certainly in the shorter range, there's no real sign of this high pressure breaking down. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be entirely settled, because we're going to be bringing in easterly winds through this week, and those winds could produce a few showers in the east and southeast in particular. So one of those situations where just because we've got a lot of high pressure might not necessarily be completely dry, but many places will be dry through the course of this week, and that looks like it's going on into next week. Have a look at the charts from Beige Climate Centre at the end to see when the model is predicting a change. It is predicting a change before the end of October, so have a look at all the detail on that in a moment. Just say about yesterday, had over 8,000 page views at gasoffice.com yesterday for all of the winter update stuff and the poll that we're running. If you haven't voted in the poll yet, what do you think it might happen for this winter, then just click the link underneath this video and take you off to the page where you can get your vote register. But we had over 8,000 page views yesterday. A huge thank you to everybody for tuning in. Easily our busiest day ever, and just absolutely overwhelmed by the response. So thanks so much to everybody for tuning in and coming onto the website yesterday. So just before I get on with the video, to say about the ads, the sleep articles, or pages at Gas Office, have a browse widgets and click through the links if there's any articles that you're interested in. There's also video ads for those pages. They open out the content when you've watched them. They'll close back up again. Thanks so much for doing that. So we'll start off with the GFS temperature and precipitation on. So I'm just going to try and rattle through these charts quite quickly today. So we're below average. We're going to be below average for the coming week, bringing in a cool flow off the continent from the east. The red line here is the 30-year temperature average, and you can see we're going to be significantly below average for the rest of this week. It's a bit of an upwards trend there towards the weekend, but still generally a little bit below average even then. And generally a very cool week coming up, so daytime temperatures will be suppressed, and it'll be most evident with cool weather at night, where we will be getting very close to frost levels on many of the nights through this week if the skies are clear. Note also these precipitation spikes down across the bottom of the chart here through the rest of the week and into the weekend. What's going on there is that we're bringing showers from the east. Although we're within an area of high pressure and the pressure will be very high pretty much of this week, because we've got this easterly flow, we could well bring in showers, particularly to the east and the southeast. This is the ensemble for London, so particularly for the southeast and eastern coast areas, we will bring in these showers through the course of the week. If this was winter, of course, and we had cold air aloft running over the North Sea, then these would be snow showers, and they could get, on the east coast anyway, they could get really quite heavy. But it's not winter, it's only October, so just rain showers, and most of them will be light, but the odd heavier one can't be ruled out. As we go into next week, you'll notice the spaghetti, which are the individual members of the GFS ensemble, become very scattered, and we've got a huge range of options on the table for next week. There are several members of the GFS ensemble that are going really very mild. There's also several members though that go very cold. Now this is -5 just here. That's sort of a winter level temperature where you will get frost at night and possibly even snow showers, wintry showers, if the synoptics are correct. There are several members within the GFS ensemble that are actually bringing in some really cold air through the course of next week. So it's anyone's guess really what's going to happen next week. It just hinges on where this high pressure is going to go that we've got over us through the course of this week. Well, actually, it's a little bit to the east of us. But watch this space, because pretty much anything, I think, could happen next week, including the chance of some really unusually cold air coming in at some point. That's going to be very cool this week. So these are the temperature anomalies for the coming week. This is going from the 12th through to the 20th of October. And we're in the blue curves there, so it's actually going to be below average, as they are for most of Europe. The core of the below average temperatures actually centred around southern parts of France. The precipitation anomaly looking significantly drier than average. It's wetter than average in the east and southeast of Europe, but the north and west coming out drier than average with a lot of high pressure dominating. Here's the GFS for Thursday, then. We've got high pressure pretty much in control, but down the southeast, notice the isobars are coming from the east and the northeast, so that's the reason we're bringing the risk of those showers in to the east and the southeast of the country. That goes on into Friday as well. Again, this northeasterly drift could be producing showers around these eastern coasts, excuse me, and some of those could be on the heavyish side. I think most of them will be light, but there could be a heavier one somewhere around those eastern and southeastern coasts. As we move through into the weekend, the high pressure is maintained, so a lot of dry weather, and for Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England, probably Wales as well, we've got to think about significant frost at night for the time of year anyway, and also fog patches, but further south and east, probably too much breeze for that much in the way of frost, but we will have the showers continue to run into the east and the southeast. We move through into the start of next week. We just keep the high pressure going across the country. This is Monday the 19th, a week away. High pressure very much in control. Real high pressure fest, this, and it goes on through the course of next week as well, up to day 10, which is Thursday the 22nd of October. The high pressure is in control, but it is drifting back northwards again, going up towards Scandinavia. And on the back of the eye, we bring down cold air again into Western Russia and Eastern Europe. I think we're going to be building up quite a bit of snowfall across parts of Western Russia and possibly some northeastern parts of Europe over the next week or two, if these northerly shots keep coming through on the back of this high pressure. Just going out a little bit beyond day 10, and actually we do bring in an easterly wind here again, and probably the isobars back, yes, originating from Russia, so maybe another cold push from the east perhaps as we go through into the last week of October. As I say, we saw it within the GFS ensembles. Loads of options on the table for the final sort of week to 10 days of October, so it really will be a case of watch this space to see what happens. ECWF showing the high pressure dominating through the rest of this week. There's the easterly northeast wind bringing the showers perhaps into East Anglia and southeastern England at the end of the week. High pressure stays in control through the course of the weekend, so this goes up to Saturday the 17th, and still with that high pressure really dominating the weather. Sunday the 18th, high pressure is in control. It's still there to start next week, and it just goes on really, so we end up on day 10 still with loads of high pressure dominating. 1,030 millibar area of high pressure centred somewhere just to the east-west in the North Sea. Going to be very settled if that comes off. Probably an increasing risk of frost and fog at night. So we're certainly in for a lot of high pressure through the next week to 10 days at least. And then we're going to see what happens after that. So the Beijing Climate Centre, 500 millibar heights broken down to 10-day periods, looks like this. The first 10-day period is the one that we're in now, the 11th through to the 20th. And, of course, we've got the high pressure dominating, as we know, so loads of settled weather. But the flows from the east or the northeast, so it could bring some showers into the southeast. Weak pressure across central parts of Europe. We go through to the next 10-day period, and the Beijing Climate Centre has seen a change here. So this is the 21st through to the 30th. And what we see is that the Atlantic breaks through then, below British heights developing out to west of the country, low pressure, jet stream coming in, and the high pressure is sort of pushing back quickly in towards the far east and northeast of Europe as this low pressure comes in off the Atlantic. So this is seeing a breakdown to the high pressure final 10 days of October, and then it goes very unsettled for the start of November. This would be 10-day period from the 31st of October through to the 9th of November. I've got that trough right in over the top of the country then, but also with some above average heights over Greenland, some northern blocking. So within this low pressure we could be entrenching, particularly late on perhaps, some pretty cold air, and that may give us a little bit of wintry potential, especially up in the north. But the main idea from what the Beijing Climate Centre is going for is a significant change in the pattern for the final 10 days of October. High pressure breaks down, the Atlantic steamrolls back in. Whether that comes off, we're going to have to wait and see. There's no real evidence of that at all in the models, shorter range models for GFS and the ECM, up to day 10 anyway, which is around the 22nd, I think, of October. Up to then, the high pressure is just dominating and shows no sign of going anywhere. Of course, we know things can change very quickly and things can change around, so maybe the Beijing Climate Centre is picking up on a change for the final week or so. But up to day 10, 22nd of October, looks like high pressure is going on. And it's going to be a case of seeing where that high pressure goes. It could produce some quite mild weather, potentially, for the end of October. It could also produce quite a big cold shot. So we'll wait and see what happens. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.